Morning, Trainiacs. Solid hour spent writing the Triathlon Training Guide book. You know what? Stick around. At the end of the video, I will tell you about something that I'm working on about how you can be involved in getting said triathlon training book for free. But that's later. Right now, what I want to do is actually walk you through the Saris Superclamp bike rack. Now, if this rain would just end and I could pretty myself up a little, we'll get to that. All right, so after, I don't know, let's call it 2 months of carting around the wheelers with the old Saris Superclamp 2-bike, let's talk about how this thing handles. So for starters, I will say, yes, this would be hashtag an ad because technically they gave this to me, and Saris and I have some business dealings with the Cyclops and the discounts for the Team Trainiacs. So I think technically, according to the FCC, hashtag ad. All that said, none of what I'm about to say has been supplied to me from Saris, Cyclops, PowerTap, that whole family of products. It's all, you're getting the real deal from up here. So this up here is what I used to cart the bikes around in. The front and rear wheels would get strapped down, apparently not anymore because they're all gone. And then this thing here would clamp really hard onto the down tube. Now Ryan from Saris has been watching the videos for a while, and when the Ventum came, he's like, A, Taren, you don't have a down tube to clamp onto, and B, you don't want to be clamping down that hard onto carbon. When you're dealing with a real high-end carbon bike and all of a sudden you're putting all kinds of pressure on that carbon, bad things happen. So we sent this out, and we'll talk about what the premise is that makes it better. All right, so the better thing about this, as opposed to the roof rack, is that instead of having to clamp down on a carbon frame, instead what you do is you place the bike into the trays for the wheels right here and here, which you can adjust forward and back so that whatever wheelbase you have, it'll fit in there nicely. Then you take these straps, drop the bike down so that it's not gonna fly out anywhere. And then instead of clamping down onto the frame, which is hard, which is rigid, which can crack, you take these arms and you place them over top of the wheels. And you take these little hooks, bring it down, press it on top of the wheels. So instead of clamping down onto that hard, rigid frame, you're clamping down onto the nice soft wheel so that there's a little bit of give in there and you're not placing too much pressure on a very expensive bike frame. Now, in addition to that, this whole thing is nice and low. For the height challenged among us, getting things on top of the vehicle, very difficult. NTK can't even put a bike up there. However, this, you just walk up and you just, you guys know how to lift things. Super easy, very convenient. The one downside of that is that if you get the order of trunk, this, all wrong depending on your vehicle, you might, like I did on the weekend, put your bike in and then have to close the trunk and be like, ooh, forgot about that. But if you just think a little bit sharper than I did after the race on the weekend, you're gonna be just fine. Now there's not a whole lot that's really special to this. It's a very basic design, but it's easy to use. The trays here, they move back and forth. Everything adjusts really easily. Nothing is a pain. You can see just with one hand here, boom, 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 done. Everything is simple and easy to use. And frankly, that makes this review pretty short. And it's short because really the gist of it is it does what it's supposed to do. It's easy to put in one bike. If you flip around the next bike so that the handles for the first bike are here and the next bike are there, or vice versa, you can fit 2 bikes very comfortably. There's not a lot of wiggling around. It's just designed well, and if you want to put 2 bikes on a vehicle, this is a good way to do it. Now, a few obvious points with the nuts and bolts. Costs about $470 US, but if you don't have a trailer hitch, you might have to invest in a $200 or so trailer hitch to put this onto the back. The trailer hitch insertion point, it goes in and it's got a lock on it, so you can take the key out and nobody can actually come and take this because it's locked in with that nice cotter pin. But then to take this whole thing off, you just slide it off Easy peas. And the last thing is that it has a 4.7 out of 5 star rating. As far as the world of online retailing goes, that's pretty good. Makes sense. So there you go. That is the review of the Saris Superclamp EX 2 bike. If you're looking for a way to put 2 bikes on your vehicle, highly recommend it. I like the people at Saris. They're very good with their warranty. They're just very good folk, and they make good product. Now, on to what I was doing this morning with the book. So for about an hour, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, I'll come in here early morning, and I'm starting to write a book about all of the things that I put out on the channel, because you ask a lot of questions that I've done videos about in the past. So instead of having to think like, oh, what was the video that I said that in, I'm writing a book that is going to be free just for the cost of shipping, and it's going to be, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 months away maybe. But in the meantime, what I want you to do to help with that, for what's in the book and for some of the course ideas that we've got coming up, you can go to triathlontaren.com/challenges, and what I want you to do is tell me what your biggest challenges are in swim, bike, run, strength, nutrition, and from that, we'll be able to make sure that we answer the most common questions. See, remember when I said that I was going to include you more in the things that I do? I'm doing them. So, link in the description below. Go to that triathlontaren.com/challenges, and thank you to Saris for sending out that bike rack. I'm a big fan. I like it. It's good. It works. Holds bikes.